Assalamualaikum students. This is second lecture of math, book 9 and for the students of class 8. Our topic is matrices and determinants, which is unit 1. Today we are going to do exercise 1.2. Before starting the lecture, I want you to keep your books in front of you for better understanding. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to know about all the types of matrices. Let's see the types of matrices. Row matrix, column matrix, rectangular matrix, square matrix, null or zero matrix, transpose of a matrix, negative of a matrix, symmetric matrix, skew symmetric matrix, diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, and identity matrix. First matrix is unit matrix. A matrix is called unit matrix if all diagonal entries are 1 and it is denoted by capital I. It is also called identity matrix. For example, this is matrix A, and as you can see that I have highlighted few entries to show you that these are diagonal entries of matrix A, and all of these are 1 and rest of the entries are 0. This is what the identity matrix is. Here matrix A is of order 3 by 3. The matrix B is 2 by 2 identity matrix, and matrix C is 1 by 1 identity matrix. Next matrix is row matrix. A matrix is called a row matrix if it has only one row. As I have already described the concept of row in my previous lecture, so let's go for the example. Matrix M has only one row, that is why this is called row matrix. And matrix N is a row matrix of order 1 by 3. And as N has only one row, so matrix N is a row matrix of order 1 by 2. Next one is column matrix. A matrix is called a column matrix if it has only one column. Again, as you are clear with the concept of column, so here are few examples to show you the column matrix. This B matrix has only one column. That is why we call it a column matrix. In column matrix, number of rows may be more than 1, but there should be only one column in column matrix. And here, matrix B is of order 2 by 1. And matrix C is a column matrix of order 3 by 1 as it has only one column. Our next topic is null or zero matrix. A matrix is called a null or zero matrix if each of its entries is 0. For example, matrix E is a null or zero matrix of order 2 by 2 because each and every entry of matrix E is 0. Similarly, as you can see that every entry of matrix G is also 0, so we can say that matrix G is a null or zero matrix of order 3 by 3. Now here is question number 1 of exercise 1.2. Question is, from the following matrices, identify unit matrices, row matrices, column matrices, and null matrices. These are the matrices given in your exercise. Let's see the answers. Consider matrix A. Check according to the question. Is it a unit matrix? No. Is it a row matrix? No. Is it a column matrix? No. And last one is it a null matrix? Yes. A is a null matrix. Now do rest of the parts by yourself, but keep this thing in your mind that one matrix may be of more than one type, as matrix E can be row matrix, column matrix and null matrix as well. But it satisfies the definition of null matrix completely, as the entry is 0 as well. So preferably this one is called null matrix. But column and row answer won't be wrong. Next one is square matrix. A matrix is called a square matrix if its number of rows is equal to its number of columns. For example, in matrix A, number of rows are 2 and number of columns are also 2. As number of rows is equal to number of columns, so matrix A is a square matrix of order 2 by 2, and matrix H has 3 rows and 3 columns. So matrix H is a square matrix of order 3 by 3. Next one is rectangular matrix. A matrix is called a rectangular matrix if its number of rows is not equal to its number of columns. For example, in matrix B, number of rows are 3 and number of columns are 2. As number of rows is not equal to number of columns, so B is a rectangular matrix of order 3 by 2. Similarly, J matrix has 1 column and 3 rows, so it is also a rectangular matrix and its order is 3 by 1. Now come to question number 2 of exercise 1.2, and the question is, find the following matrices, identify square matrix, rectangular matrix, row matrix, column matrix, identity matrix and null matrix. These are first 4 parts of your question number 2. Let's see the answers. Before this, I am repeating that one matrix may be of more than one type. So I will discuss part 2 of this question. As in part 2, this matrix is rectangular matrix and column matrix as well. So we will write both in answer, rectangular and column. Now do rest of the parts of this question by yourself. Next type of matrices is diagonal matrix. A matrix is called a diagonal matrix if at least any one of the entries of its diagonal is not 0 and non-diagonal entries must all be 0. For example, this is matrix B and entries in its diagonal are 1, 2 and 3. As none of the entries in its diagonal is 0 and non-diagonal entries are 0. So, matrix B is a diagonal matrix of order 3 by 3. Similarly, 2 of the diagonal entries of matrix C is non-zero and rest of the entries are 0. So, matrix D is a diagonal matrix of order 3 by 3. Next matrix is scalar matrix. A diagonal matrix is called a scalar matrix if all the diagonal entries are same and non-zero. For example, in matrix E, all the diagonal entries are same and non-zero. So, matrix E is a scalar matrix of order 3 by 3. Similarly, diagonal entries of matrix F are also same and non-zero. So matrix F is a scalar matrix of order 2 by 2. Here is question number 3 of exercise 1.2, that is, from the following matrices, identify diagonal, scalar and unit matrices. These are all the matrices given in your exercise. I am doing first one for you. Is it a diagonal matrix? Yes, as entries of its diagonal are non-zero and rest of the entries are also zero. Now, is it a scalar matrix? Yes, as diagonal entries are same and rest of the entries are zero, so it is a scalar matrix. Check, is it a unit matrix? No, it's not. So, solve rest of the parts by yourself. Here is negative of a matrix. Let D be a matrix, then its negative minus T is obtained by changing the signs of all the entries of D. Let's see how. See, this is matrix T, and I will show negative of the matrix D by minus sign, minus D. That means I have to change the sign of all the entries of matrix D. Here is negative of matrix D, as I have changed the sign of its all entries. This is how we get the negative of any matrix. This is question number 4 of exercise 1.2, that find the negative of matrices A, B, C, D and E. As you are done with the concept, so do it by yourself. Next topic is transpose of a matrix. A matrix obtained by interchanging the rows into columns or columns into rows of a matrix is called transpose of that matrix. If A is a matrix, then its transpose is denoted by A transpose. For example, this is matrix A. Then let me show you the steps how to get the transpose of matrix A. I am going to change rows into columns. As this is first row of matrix A, now I will make it first column here. Same goes for the second one. As this is second row of matrix A, I will make it second column here. This is row 3. I will do the same and make it third column here. So students, this is how we interchange rows into columns. Similarly, I have got the transpose of matrix B by following the same steps. You can also interchange columns into rows. Now, this is question number 5 of your exercise 1.2. Find the transpose of each of the following matrices. Do this question by yourself. So students, here is last question of exercise 1.2. Two matrices are given and I will solve only first part of this question for you. As this is our matrix A, let's take its transpose by interchanging its rows into columns or columns into rows. This is the transpose of matrix A. According to the condition, I have to take transpose again by again interchanging rows and columns. By taking transpose again, I have got this matrix. See, this matrix is equal to matrix A. So, this equation is true. This is all about exercise 1.2. Thank you very much.